Trustin here with the Trustin and Jeff show. We're back with episode number 13, and
we're getting close to 20.
Yeah, we're almost in the top 1%.
That's crazy, yeah. Yep. Shout out to consistency at least. Yeah, man. So I've not been keeping up with a whole lot. What little I've been able to see on YouTube. Recently, I want to see your opinion on this. So, two rappers I follow, Adam Calhoun and Ryan Upchurch. There's been a recent beef over another rapper that was involved with Adam Calhoun, and it's just got real weird, man. Like it's crazy that the back and forth drama that comes from YouTube, I guess, is really where I'm going with this. Is like,
well, yeah, it's like a constant machine you need to feed.
Yeah.
If you're living off of drama and beef, you got to feed that machine.
Well, and I don't know that even like these guys are musicians, so like. For the longest time, they did collabs. They worked together.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just weird, like to see a. I don't know. Like, is it an ego thing or what? Like, I don't know, man. But it's just weird to see people fall out like that over YouTube stuff and comments and reactors and you know what I mean. Like, especially people who did like collabs that did big numbers. You know what I mean and stuff. So like. I guess it's all the nature of the beast, maybe. I don't know, man. But, yeah. What have you been keeping up with on YouTube?
Well, I've been listening to a lot of the Joe Rogan Experience lately.
Shout out to Rogan.
Oh yeah, I mean he's what you want to be. You know what I mean? If you're doing podcasts, he's the guy you wanna aspire to.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
So what are you thinking about all of these military-age Chinese men coming into the U.S.?
Okay, so, yeah, that's I don't know, man. It's scary. It's a weird day and time we live in. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, it is scary, though. You got to wonder why, like, and why people don't want border security. I don't know. Like, every other country has it. It's just something that's necessary. You know what I mean? Every country has rules about how you enter. So yeah, man, I don't get the.
Yeah, as long as you come into the United States and you do it the legal way, I'm not that worried. You know what I mean? But when you're coming in here and we don't know nothing about you, we don't know, any of what your intentions are, and you just come in here, you're a military-aged man.
Yeah, no, I mean,
like it's concerning.
Yeah, and that's why it baffles me that like, some of the stuff with that, but Yeah, so that's what Rogan's been talking about, huh?
Well, yeah, because I was listening to the Mike Baker one. There's a damn fly flying around here.
But yeah.
I've been listening. He's had Mike Baker on, and he was a former head of like operations at the CIA.
Yeah, I mean, if some of the numbers I've heard are correct, like I've not looked into it a whole lot to just say certain anything, but it's scary, it's concerning, and we got to wonder why. We really gotta wonder why. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it's definitely a weird time we live in. Never seen people divided so much. No, you're fine. But yeah, man. As far as the Calhoun and Upchurch bees I was addressing, man, like, I've followed these guys, so like to see, Ryan talk about like, hey, I don't know this guy, blah blah blah. When I don't know if they've done shows together, but I know, I remember seeing the pictures when Adam was there making the videos and Mises was there. And I remember seeing the pictures posted, and I know they've ran across each other in the music game because they're in the same genre. They're in the very similar lane. So, like, for Ryan to come out like, hey, I don't know this guy at all, blah, 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 I don't remember. And then going in deeply to like what personally means and why he shouldn't remember this guy. I don't know, man. Like, I just don't understand why is there so many people. Why is it jelly? Why is it struggle? You know what I mean? The common denominator is one person in all these equations. So like, I support both of them. I like both these guys' music, but man, like the back and forth, I'd rather see them battle each other lyrically than not. Good news.
Sorry about that.
But yeah, I'd rather see two rappers do the rap battle thing than go back and forth like millennial kids. Like, nothing against millennials even, but like, I don't like the back and forth on the internet thing. You know what I mean? Like,
were you talking about like beef on the internet?
Yeah. Well,
instead of just doing
like
it in real life.
With that, or like two rappers, why not just go ahead and throw the diss tracks out instead of making videos? But just get it out.
But you also have to understand
that
content in its own way is like marketing.
Oh no, I
so
get
they're
it.
probably just building up
and that's
like
what I wonder too is
the publicity before they even do a diss on each other.
Like, I mean, and I think some disses and I think some beef
aren't even legit. They're just there for the content.
It's planned because you might divide the audience, but at the same time you drive views from people. Even the people who take sides end up hate watching the other guy's content. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I want to see. I like to see everybody do good. You know what I mean? Like, there's enough out there for everybody.
There's
to eat
there's enough success to go around for everyone.
If everybody's motivated, there's enough. There's enough. You know, and I do hope to see a rap battle out of this whole thing. If I would be highly disappointed if I seen, you know, because they're both probably the top two guys in their lane. Like for as far as like the white country rap genre type thing, they're the two top guys in it. So why not battle who's better? You know what I mean? You guys are going head to head, back and forth in videos. Everybody wants to see a rap battle. I mean, that's what you do is rap. So like,
well, especially when that is how you got successful.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. And I don't think. And the thing is I think out of all the drama and all the views that's been gotten out of the back and forth, I don't think there's going to be a rap battle. So like, that's just disappointing to the fans. You know, like. And that's really who loses is like because they have to, you know, sometimes they pick a side, and I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't think it's worth getting that invested, man. I support them both.
See, I feel like
they both do good.
We're looking from an outside perspective to where we're not really entrenched in that whole, like the industry or even the the beef as much. Like, we're here from an outside perspective in our podcast. We're just like we listen to like
our life and
5 minutes of it, like kind of.
Well, that's where I get confused with people getting so invested in YouTube dramas because it's like
that's like a portion of your day.
That should only be a small portion of your real life, and
like I would say maybe at
what
most
you really
anymore.
Care about, you know what I mean?
YouTube
like,
that's not educational, I watch maybe an hour's worth. In a day, that's
what
just
I watch is like how to lift better.
yeah. I'm watching a lot of like Alex Harmonzi, like you know, like business type stuff, sales. Like I'm always watching that to try and get better. Like listening to summaries of books and things like that. And
no, that's. I mean, it's good. Like I said, it's all what you use it for, man. Yeah. So like,
you will get what you look for.
Yeah, I mean, it's just much better to try to see the good in things than the bad. I mean, I don't know, like. But yeah, so yeah, I like I said, I hope to see at least some rap battle out of the whole thing that I've seen recently because that's what the fans would like to see out of it all. So
I can't believe they canceled the fight where they were gonna have Eddie Hall versus like.
Now, why'd that get canceled?
Wasn't
that supposed to be?
It got canceled because it was gonna be a Saudi Arabia promotion.
Which didn't really make sense at all.
It didn't work out because they were talking about how they were going to get billions of like views and subscribers and shit like that. Like they were just being ridiculous about it.
Yeah.
And they didn't post enough promotion. Like they weren't really putting the effort in.
Well, that and like where Saudi Arabia, like that's fighting ain't. I don't think that big there, is it?
Well, it's. How do I put it? Like it's against some of the religion. Like if some of the purists of the Islamic religion believe that it's just not right.
It's haram or
whatever.
But yeah, so that I don't know. That's crazy. It would have been a super fight though. That would. I mean, I like the super fights. You know, that's cool. I really hope that the fight coming up's going to be a legit, real deal fight. That's what I want to see. You know what I mean? If I don't want to see, I don't know. I'm sick of seeing draws. You know what I mean? And some of these fights that's set up. You know, like.
Well, hey, now we always talk about it at least once. The Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight.
You got to, dude. How do you not address Mike Tyson coming back after? I mean, man, it's a long hiatus.
But did you see their press conference?
Yeah.
I seen some of the highlights. I only seen like a 10-minute highlight video, but there was the one where the kids like Like, who's got bigger balls?
Yeah, yeah.
And then Mike Tyson's like, "Hey, somebody get this kid his
Where's
mother."
your mother? Yeah, it's crazy. Like, Jay, it's crazy how much influencers influence just everyday life. You know what I mean? Like, Prime is huge.
Oh, it's in every store
Like it or
now.
love it,
It's
the
in every
Pauls
single
are
store.
a huge part of boxing. I mean, you know what I mean? Most people know about YouTuber boxing more than actual boxing.
Well, yeah, because they put their giant publication behind them.
Yeah.
Because that's what you're really building with YouTube as an audience. An asset in its own way, like a publication. Slowly, you're really building that. Of course, it's not that in the beginning, but you're talking about something that you're going to be doing for decades.
Yeah.
So it's like, of course, the first 5 years may not bear too much fruit compared to the last 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the growth just goes up the farther along you're doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to everybody in the chat catching the pod live, but I want to see I really want to see a first round knockout. I'm gonna be so disappointed if we don't get to see at least 2 minutes of real Iron Mike Tyson in the first 2 rounds. You know what I mean? And I don't know that if Mike Tyson comes out and could be even 70% of his real self, I think Jake Paul would go down in the first 2 rounds. That's my predictions. If he comes
at the
out
very least, I just hope the whole
70%.
fight is just Mike Tyson looking like Mike Tyson.
Like if he's moving,
because he's
used
ascended to
move.
such legend that even if he was to lose this, he was still the greatest of all time for a while.
Yeah,
and he's still, as long as he, if Mike Tyson
there's
can go out there
people-
and make it look like an amazing fight, even if it didn't go his way.
There's people who argue, Cassius Clay Ali was the greatest of all time, but in my opinion, he could not have lasted. If you put him in his prime against Tyson, I don't think he'd have won. There's just no way. I mean, just look at how Mike Tyson moved in his prime, dude. Like, that was scary. Like, somebody that fast to duck, weave, and cut angles.
He was a light heavyweight, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, and he was a tank of a man. So yeah, and he still looks really good. I mean, for his age, dude, he's pretty jacked. I really think we could see a first or second round knockout.
Yeah. Okay, so just for those of you who don't know what the date of the fight's going to be, it's going to be on July 20th, 2024.
Yeah. I'm psyched. I'm definitely going to try to stream it live or whatever. We'll have to watch it and, maybe react live, but there's nothing more I'd want to see in my life than a first round Mike Tyson knockout.
And it's going to be on Netflix.
Time.
It's one of Netflix's first live fights.
That was my childhood. Oh my God, that takes me back. So pay-per-view back in the day.
Pay for 30 seconds of a fight just for him to just beat the shit out of somebody.
Yeah, my dad would, every fight we would rent, it'd be $50 and you'd watch 2-3 hours of fights to get up to the Mike Tyson main event. And if people left to get a beer, when the bell was dinging or something, they probably missed the knockout. You know what I mean? It was that he was slaying people that fast. And was doing it to greats. I mean, you're not even talking, he was doing it to guys like Larry Holmes and legends, guys, who actually beat legends. And yeah, man, it's crazy. So I'd love to see one more first round knockout. That would be one of the that would be just tremendous, man. So yeah, it takes me back when you thinking about the old pay-per-view stuff though, because you'd watch 2 hours of fights to get a 30-second knockout from Tyson. Is what
they got you.
Yeah, hey,
they got you watching.
It was worth it though, man. I mean,
and that was back when TV ratings meant a big deal because there wasn't YouTube, so the ratings were a really big deal.
Yeah. Well, in pay-per-view events like that, man, like I said, they cleaned up, man. $50 back in the '90s. I mean, that's decent money for him.
Well,
man.
I was listening to Joe Rogan and them talk about how TV in itself is becoming streaming.
Well, yeah.
But how TV, most people before YouTube or any of that, everyone had cable. Everyone was watching TV. Everyone was using HBO, all that. And then once they all went out into their own streaming platforms, now it's just cable, but you have to pay for each individual channel, basically.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's
man.
like you just choose what you want. Like,
Yeah.
you know, if you want, like, HBO or if you want...
Yeah, you go with what you want to stream. That's
From what I understand, Disney and HBO are partnering up
really
to become one, and I think Hulu also, and they're becoming one massive platform.
I mean, that would be cool. That'd be a lot of content. Not a Disney fan, but yeah, man, that'd be. I mean, I get why they would do it, especially competing with like Netflix, because Netflix was so ahead of the time and ahead of the game, you know,
Yeah.
with a lot of that. So like, what's crazy is Netflix had a chance to buy out, or Blockbuster
Had a chance to partner with Netflix.
Yeah, and they passed
And they were
it
like,
up.
no, that ain't ever going to
You're
work.
gonna flop, like whatever.
Yeah.
Man. Like you imagine, like I know that person's kicking themselves in the butt today. Like
I mean, the
man,
guy who owned Blockbuster, though, he still is rich as fuck.
I'm sure they
They came out on top,
yeah.
even though Blockbuster
Oh,
closed
yeah,
down.
that
They
was-
made their money.
Oh, dude, that was a part of life, man. Like going to the movie store and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like that was. I mean, man. Yeah, like it's crazy. Like times have changed. Like from the time I was born to now, man, it's been like technology's moved really
Yeah.
as fast as back when the turn of the century when we started having cars. I'd say faster. Because I mean, when I was born, like it's crazy. Yeah, you had, cordless phones were just being invented. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
So now, to what we have now, it's crazy to see, man. But
I know. It's
cool though.
I had my mic on full directional audio,
Uh-oh.
which means it could hear you and me just the same. And I have to switch it to where it's facing forward towards me.
I got you.
Yeah.
But well, slight audio issue. It's all good.
Well, it's fine. It didn't really affect the recording because all this is getting recorded at the exact same time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start.
It
I'm
works.
gonna start making shorts out of our podcast. It's just we really need like a solid 21 just to get the experience for our talking to make the shorts really like pop. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because I can add the pictures and make it look cool, but it
We'll
kind of
work
needs
on
its,
outline
like,
and stuff to where we can actually.
Yeah. Or even if we only did like a few outlines, but if we just had like maybe 3 things that we were going to turn into shorts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like 3 specific important things that needed to be talked about.
Yeah, kind of playing ahead. Well, yeah, we could do
to
that.
talk in sound bites, you know.
Yeah, we could do that for sure. For sure. Yeah, we're definitely trying to work on it and improve it as we go. So, everything is a work in progress right now with us. So, I know I got to get busy uploading on my channel today too, man. Like I've slacked like last week. I just didn't get. I think I got 1 video recorded out of all my workouts. So.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'll get back to it this week.
Well, and we're gonna be in the gym later tonight.
So I'm gonna try to get a good video tonight together for today, and it'll be my second pull workout of the day too. So that'll be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my back needs volume anyways right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be tired after jiu-jitsu.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna
Once
be
you get to the gym,
exhausted.
you'll feel better though.
Oh, I will.
You know how it is. You get that second breath. But,
Well, and I'm gonna have to do flexibility work.
Yeah.
Cause I'm gonna start going to the fight gym each day. That's my plan.
Are you gonna try to do the fight team? Have you thought
Yeah,
about
I'm gonna go back to it. I just need my afternoons, but getting my day scheduled in such a way to where I can.
That's what you should
work
record.
out.
If you actually go to do some tournaments, I'd definitely come record for you or something.
Oh yeah, I need to get my day to where I can work out, work, record, and edit, and go to the fight gym.
It's a lot. It's a lot, man.
You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
kind of the like.
Working full time, then trying to throw pretty much another full time job on it.
Yeah.
It's
Well, the fight gym I could go to 1 class if I had to, but I usually like to stay for 2 from like 6 to 9
yeah.
because that's usually the best times.
Yeah. No, for sure, man. But yeah, like I said, hopefully, I think things will be looking up real soon, man. Especially even for the pod. Like, I know I got some plans where hopefully we'll be able to invest in some mics and do a little, just try to upgrade as we go, basically,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool, man. It's cool. Seems like we're doing better each week in the chat. More people popping in live. So we appreciate everybody for the support for sure. Let us know what you want us to hear. address, talk about, whatever.
Yeah, we look at the comments,
Yeah,
so
we
if there's
definitely read
anything
the
specific
comments.
you guys want, input on,
Yeah.
we'll talk about it. As long as it's nothing crazy now.
Yeah, we try to
There
definitely.
are certain topics we can't go over on YouTube.
Yeah, like we definitely try to, check out what any supporters have to say. Get back with the comments when we can. Yeah, man, we're trying to build community over here, like on both channels, as far
Definitely.
as just, just showing you really raw, real life. And hopefully you guys will be along for a long time for the ride to see how far we can take this thing.
Yeah, I mean, I plan on going until I die.
Yeah, no.
I plan on doing this, like, twice a week until I die.
So, yeah, you guys will get to follow along and see our progression with the workouts, progression in life in general. So, yeah, it's cool. But, yeah, man, I can't wait for the fight. Hopefully, maybe we'll try to do something special for the fight and watch it live on here or something. I don't know. I know we won't be able to play the fight over YouTube, but we could react to it at least. Because I will go nuts. I will. That'd be almost like my favorite team winning the Super Bowl, yeah, I think that would be about the same feeling seeing Mike Tyson knock Jake Paul out in the first or second round.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
that would be interesting.
That would just be awesome, dude.
When I was listening to that Joe Rogan podcast, though, going back about the Mike Baker thing, he asked him about the UAPs, like the Tic Tac one.
Yeah.
And they were actually debating whether or not it was Chinese technology.
That's scary, dude.
From like 2004 or 2008, whenever that
dude,
happened.
That's
and that
scary.
You could only imagine what it is at this point now. But at the same time, though, he also was like, well, Joe Rogan asked, like, could it also have been American technology?
Well, see, we don't realize, like,
but
in World War II, do you realize the Japanese had submarine aircraft carriers? No bullshit. Submarine aircraft carriers. They could carry 2 and 3 planes and launch them.
Yeah.
So, like, that's amazing technology when you really think about World War II.
Well, and another thing that Mike Baker was talking about, though, is that it's really hard to keep a secret like that. It's really hard to keep a secret.
Yeah.
And in America, it would be more difficult to keep a secret like that than in China, where, like, you have
everything's locked down.
Yeah, everything's locked down. You have no real freedom when it comes to that.
I mean, America, though, people don't realize, man, like, why didn't people get more upset when Snowden came out saying what was going on? We normally think that would have been really a big deal. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Just something I always think about sometimes. But yeah, like, yeah, definitely would be harder for somebody to get that out of China to they're pretty secretive. You know what I mean? Like, as far as their technology.
Yeah.
And we've made that's what's scary about us using them for all our manufacturing, is because we have to give up all the blueprints for our technology that's manufactured over there for the to the Chinese government. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
If it's manufactured there, they have to have blueprints on how you do it, how you make it, all that. So, yeah, I don't know, man. What's scarier, is it if it's aliens or if it's China?
I mean, I would think if it was China, they would have used it.
I mean,
a lot more.
See, we're a necessary evil for each other.
Yeah.
The American economy drives their economy. So for right now, I don't see how one survives without the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's how tight our economies are intertwined. Like, I don't see how we couldn't survive without China. It's just like they couldn't survive without us. You know?
Yeah.
It's a two-way street type thing. You know? I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, hopefully it's not. I don't know.
See, I don't know.
That's a hard decision which one's scared, China or aliens, you know, like.
Yeah, that.
Like, one day China just invades with a bunch of huge Tic Tac UFO flying things that can go in and out of water, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, go fast enough to liquefy you within 12 feet.
Yeah, I mean, that's insane, dude. But.
Well, it's crazy. We've had the heart attack gun that the CIA had, like, back in, like, the 1950s.
Well, and we brought over all them, you know, we pretty much made deals with, you know, the devil, bringing over a bunch of Nazis like von Braun, who were hardcore,
yeah,
you know, Nazi party people. And, yeah, man, like, I don't know, man. Like, yeah, it's hard to think they would be that far ahead of us, but they could be. You know, like,
yeah.
That's like I said, you know, most people didn't know Japan had, aircraft carriers back then. I mean,
Yeah.
that's insane to be able to have, something that could go underwater, shut its doors, and carry planes like that. And
Yeah.
then be able to come up out of the water, launch them. I mean, had they had a lot of them, that'd have been dangerous, man. Yeah.
Imagine the amount of money it would take to produce something like that. Imagine the amount of resource
Dude,
you'd have to
give me
put into
one
something.
aircraft carrier submarine, and I can come up for the rest of my life on that thing. Just give me one.
Yeah.
Even an old one now, and I bet you I'd still come up on it.
You could just piece it out for parts.
Just the metal alone, dude. Just the metal alone would be, I bet you, 100,000.
You imagine selling the individual military parts out of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Although
That's
you'd have to
crazy.
deal with some shady people to do that.
Yeah, yeah. You don't want to ever have to be like, hey,
I've got
Yeah.
a nuclear warhead in here.
yeah. Like, you don't want to have to deal.
$38 million.
Dealing arms is never good. That's all I can say.
$3.1 billion for this one.
Yeah, yeah. Like, especially when it's probably worth enough money. Yes, most people would kill over.
Oh, that reminds me. Okay, so Elon Musk, he's so rich he can actually afford to buy some countries.
Really?
If he wants to, he can buy entire countries.
I bet. I mean, he has his own space.
He's got like $300
Program.
billion.
That's wild, man. That's wild.
It's crazy because I look at my bank account and I see like $300 and I'm like, oh, I'm doing all right.
yeah.
Oh, he's got $300 billion. He could give everyone in the U.S. like $600.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
If he wanted to.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that
I wonder
crazy?
what Bezos is at. Like, I wonder who's richer out of them. Two.
Well, Elon Musk is richer right now because Bezos went through a divorce. So he lost half of his... Because he would have been the first trillionaire.
Man, that's crazy.
But,
That's
you know,
crazy.
he's still, like, they're making big
She
money.
took a bunch of that money and just gave it away, too. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Well, it's the staggering number of the richest women in the world are the richest women because they divorced their husbands.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like a big majority of them. There's quite a few self-made, ones too, but the vast majority is not self-made.
Yeah.
And when I found that out, I was like, oh, well, some of them really do have it on easy mode.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's all, like, I don't know, man. That's all.
Well, think about it, though. You're an 18-year-old woman. You go find a billionaire or a millionaire who's going to become a billionaire.
And just marry him.
Yeah, marry him, stay with him for fucking 8, 9, 10 years. He's a billionaire. Divorce him. You're a billionaire.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the sad truth is probably a lot do that, but it's...
well, especially because a lot of people don't think about prenups or anything like that. When like, I was listening to Dave Ramsey talk about it, and it's like if there's a special circumstance with a difference of $1 million or more between you and who you're marrying, then it's necessary.
Yeah, which makes sense. Most people with money, I think, do prenups a lot of times. Like, most people...
Well, and it
money
also,
are
like,
smart
if
about
you're
protecting their
truly...
money.
There's two arguments for it. It's like, if you truly love someone enough, you should trust them at that point. But then there's another argument where it's like, but if they
What's
truly
it
love
matter?
you enough,
what's it really
it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So, yeah, that goes both
Goes
ways.
both ways, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, I don't know, man. It's a wild world we live in. I know that.
It is.
But, yeah. Hopefully, I know it's going to be a warm one. That's cool, though. I definitely dig the warm weather.
I like the warm weather, but I went out to grab my iPad earlier, and it was
It's like
overheating.
Yeah.
It said, too hot, don't use right now.
Oh, I bet, dude. If you left that thing in your car.
I did, and I need to remember to bring it inside. Like,
yeah, dude.
I'm going to
Yeah.
need to bring my speaker in, too.
Sitting out there on that blacktop, that thing might melt, dude. Like in the car.
Well, I had it in a case, so it was like, it was
probably
insulated
wouldn't
enough.
melt, but it's probably not good.
But the
for
battery could have exploded,
Yeah, you
like,
don't want
because
it.
when it gets too hot, they can explode.
Yeah, you don't want that.
And you think this is hot? Imagine being in like Texas or like Louisiana,
Oh yeah.
because the humid heat's the worst. Because if it's 90 with like 100% humidity or 99% humidity,
Yeah.
it's like you're walking through like a layer of water.
Yeah.
Like the air is thick.
Yeah.
It's like hard to breathe, you know.
Yeah. Well, we get some humid heat here too, man. We really do.
Because we're near the river somewhat enough to get,
That I don't know. Yeah. Like where we're at.
I mean, at least we're not right on it anymore.
Yeah, but even Ohio, down by the river is always cool. Like I don't know. It's like there's being in the valley, you get an extra breeze or something, I guess.
Yeah.
But you also deal with a lot of extra bugs when you're near a huge river like the Ohio River, man. Like
shit, I'll tell you what.
Like,
there's
dude,
bugs everywhere, but
the wolf spiders down there by the Ohio River, them are some big spiders and shit, man. Like
what was weird is you'd only ever see them in the doorways.
yeah.
Like they'd go inside, you might find 4 in the whole summer, 4 to 9. But, like, mostly they were in the doorways.
Yeah.
And what's so scary about the doorways, you might take your trash out and you look up and there's a spider the size of half your fist just sitting above you.
Yeah.
And, like, you don't know if it's going to jump on you or what.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. Crazy. Yeah, we got to try to get down to the Frogman site soon.
We do need to do something.
We'll get down there. We're still working on it. It's just been a little hectic as of recent. But we will get a live going down there at some point. Go frogman hunting. That's really frog gigging.
Huh?
I said that'd be really frog gigging. Like
yeah.
Trying to
like I said last time, like imagine eating frogman frog legs.
Yeah.
Be like eating a steak.
Yeah. Just a huge. Yeah.
Imagine having a plate of just frog leg meat.
Yeah.
You might get sick from it, though. You might have to, like, cook it thoroughly.
Yeah, I don't know if eating mutant frogs are recommended.
Well, I feel like it wouldn't necessarily be a mutant frog. I think it would just be a creature.
A big giant frog?
Yeah, just be a giant frog that kind of could stand up, you know?
Yeah, I feel like... I don't know.
Well, because did you know, like, there were giant frogs?
Really?
Yeah, there were frogs that were, like, the size of what, you know...
They're talking about. Or,
yeah. Like,
I mean, I believe that.
There were giant frogs like that, so...
I mean, I believe there's all types of stuff in the wild we might not see, because, like, we're just not out in the wild, and then, like, you know, animals are very good at being evasive, you know? Like,
yeah. The more intelligence they have, the better they are at it.
I mean, deers really only get seen by people when they know people's, you know, when they're running through a field or, like, open places, like... or crossing a road.
Well, it's like deer know the difference between areas where they're getting hunted in and areas where they're safe.
Yeah, like in the woods,
like,
you don't walk across a deer in the woods.
Yeah, Joe Rogan was talking about how, like, there was a deer reserve where, you know, you couldn't kill the deer, and then when they would walk off of the reserve where you could kill them, they would act completely differently.
Oh, I mean,
so like they're on the reserve, they'd be around people, they were fine with it. They're off the reserve, they're just booking it.
They knew, yeah. I mean, it makes sense.
That's something I want to get into. I want to get into hunting because it would save us so much money if I could just go, like...
kill a couple...
You go get an elk or, like, a big buck and just, like, have food for a year.
I'll eat
3 months to a year. Like, it's very lean. Make the bone marrow broth.
I'll eat deer meat all year. You know what I mean? It's not much different than beef at all.
Yeah, well, and it'd be free.
I mean...
Besides, you know, paying a butcher, but $250 for... 3 months of food.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
They upped the hamburger at the store. Instead of it being $35 for 10 pounds, it's $38.
Did they really?
Yep.
Everything's going up.
That's still
dude.
better, but
It's
like come on.
Yeah.
And then Coca-Cola. Like, I don't drink Coke, but my mom does, so it's like a 12-pack's $10.
I know, it's crazy.
A 6-pack's $6.99 at Kroger.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, it's
olive
crazy.
oil's $12 for just like a glass thing of it that's like that tall. You know, if you want one of the good kind, like I get the olive oil that's half olive oil, half avocado oil.
Is it supposed to be healthier or?
Huh?
Is it supposed to be healthier?
Yeah. Well,
When
I
it's
haven't looked.
half and half?
I haven't looked too
know.
much into it, but it tastes way better.
Does it?
Like, and
I
it
was
has
just
the
wondering.
olive oil and avocado oil. I don't know if that's like bad
Healthy
for you
or
or
not.
not. Like.
Yeah.
But I don't eat steak that often. I was actually just fortunate that I had gotten some steaks yesterday because I did a little bit of side work. You know, and that's why I encourage you guys to do some side work because you can afford, you know, some extra things. Or you could save it or you can invest it. You don't have to spend it. But the smartest thing to do with your money would be to save it or to deploy it in areas that could make you more money, like self-development or things like that. But... you know, nobody's perfect, so what's most likely going to happen, you guys do some side work, you know, sell some of your extra items on Let Go or Facebook Marketplace, make some extra money, we'll go get you a nice steak.
Yeah.
You know, sear that in a skillet with some olive oil.
It's good after
Feed some of it to your dog. You know what I mean?
Good.
They'll love you forever.
Yeah, good after workout dinner. You know. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm hoping for the knockout with Tyson, man. As far as you know, oh. So I showed you the Kendrick diss on Drake, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Have you heard anything online about it yourself, or?
I haven't. I'm not in that
Dude,
field at all. I
I
don't even know what the beef was to begin with.
Yeah. I love the diss against him just because I've never been a big Drake fan. I've always wondered why he was super famous, and yeah, man, I like the song. I just thought it was funny, man. Like his. I'm surprised he's just now getting called out, really. You know, it's kind of funny. I think his fame keeps people from addressing a lot of things, I think, too.
Yeah.
You know, like, look at P. Diddy. He got away with doing all the stuff he did for years because nobody wanted to go at him because he had so much fame and power. So, yeah, shout out to anybody just, willing to call that out either way. Because that takes some nuts, Yeah, man, so...
I mean, it's an interesting beef.
Yeah, like I said, it's cool. Like I said, I mean, if nothing else, at least it's a cool rap battle. I don't even know if Drake responded. I'll have to look into that. But like,
well, if it just happened, it might still be like.
I mean, yeah.
Because usually people who are that big have like whole teams of PR people behind them who like tell them, this is the best way to do this. Like, this is the right way to do that.
Yeah, but. Shout out, Kendrick. He's a beast rapper, man. Like I don't know, man. I don't think Drake's got smoke for him, but I don't know. At least we'll see a cool diss battle, through that, and hopefully same thing with Adam Calhoun and Ryan Upshur saying hopefully they quit going back and forth on videos and make some diss tracks against each other. That's what the fans want to see. So this is my 2 cents on it all. I figured kind of go over what we talked about today, but yeah, man, I'll get together a good video for this evening to put up on my channel. Hopefully, get a later night workout in. But
hell yeah, let me see what time it is.
I think we got like 10 minutes.
It's 1:48.
We go for 10 more.
All right.
But yeah, I don't know. So, is there any good MMA fights coming up, man?
Not that I know of. I'll tell you what though, I got that UFC 5 game.
Yeah.
That UFC 5 game is the shit. Okay, I'm telling you, it is the best game that they've done so far.
I know it looks really realistic. I know the time.
The only problem with the UFC games is they have so much copyright music in them that it's really hard to like record it or do anything like that. At least on PlayStation, which is the one I have it on. On PC, it's much easier because you can mute it out. In the editing software, I can add music to it and all that.
Yeah.
So if I had a capture card, it would be fine. I don't have a capture card.
Yeah.
I want to get one because
I've been trying to reach out to some people who make beats and music, man. To get some music for my channel and maybe yours.
I've looked into some beat making software. It's not too difficult to make beats, but it takes time. Like you're gonna have to spend a whole day just learning it. But then you could make a beat that was okay enough for a background
maybe buy
music.
like a couple songs just I would have rights to use.
When I make so many shorts now that it's like most of the time if I'm using like music like that, it don't matter because shorts you can just use any song.
To use whatever. Yeah, I need to start making shorts again. I just like it's like you got to do so many multitasking things on YouTube. People don't realize.
I know, like I got a video I'm editing together
on uploading. Like
I do my best to make shorts each day. It doesn't always work out that way, but shorts as many times a week as I can.
I guess they're not too hard, but it all depends, man. Like if you take some time editing and try to put something together.
I've listened to people, talk about shorts. They're lower leverage, so you don't have to put as much effort into each individual one. So it's more about the direction that 10 shorts takes you, not the direction that one short takes you. But when it comes to videos, it's the other way around, where it's more in the direction that one video takes you because you need to put so much more work in it to make it the quality necessary to get the views and the outreach and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot more than people think it is to navigate it all, though. So, yeah, and like I said, I'm trying to work on that and just I got to make sure I upload, the rest of the week.
Yeah.
That's what I'm working on, man. It's tricky, like I said, to just stay consistent with it is even something, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, because you only got so much time in life, you know.
Well, and what's funny is like I always hear everyone say, well, you got time. Well, the truth is you ain't got no time.
It's how you manage. I mean,
yeah, it's how you manage what you have.
It's what you make time for, really.
Exactly, because you really don't have time for everything. You have to pick what you want. It's like playing a video game where you can't have every single ability. You have to use only certain ones because you only have a certain amount of levels.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like that in life.
Yeah.
There's only so many things you can spec into in your life.
Yeah. But
see, for me, I'm spending a lot of my time specking into YouTube. Martial arts is what I'm getting back into. Working out.
Yeah.
Like speaking. You can break it down into a lot of smaller skills, but those are just bigger overarching, like
there's
selling.
A lot of good skills that you get from YouTube too. People don't realize the skills that you do have to try to learn some skills to do it. Yeah, man, it's been a huge learning curve for me, like I said. But yeah, man, it's cool. Like I said, I've realized it's what you make it and do with it, and that's why we're trying to have a good, cool, positive community over here of like-minded people. It's just want to help the next man up, push the next man forward, and or woman, lady, whoever, as long as you're willing to get out there and try. Normally, there's plenty to go around for everybody if you put the work in.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got an early one in today, though. I mean, since you got to do the fight, Jim, that's cool. I'm glad you're getting back to that.
I got to. I
think you should do the fight team, dude.
I don't feel the same when I'm not at the fight gym.
Maybe
I started doing jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai as soon as I turned 18. Like literally the second day, like after I got my license, so it was probably the 5th day actually. The 5th day of me being 18, I was in a fight gym. It was the first place, because I just got my license, it's the first place I drove on my own was the fight gym. And I had went for a jiu-jitsu class, but I didn't realize they only had judo going on at that time. And so I went to a judo class, and it was crazy because I got thrown 10 feet behind someone because they had grabbed me by my gi collar, put their feet in my hips, and dropped down onto their ass, and then just fucking tossed me.
Tossed you behind them.
Yeah, it was 10 feet. Well, because the dude was
judo throws are no joke, dude.
Well, the dude was competing in a tournament.
Yeah.
And that was something else.
Yeah. No, I think you should maybe do a tournament or two, roll in a tournament and then see how you like it,
Oh, I definitely want to do some tournaments. It's more about trying to allocate my time properly because it's I've noticed if I don't put great effort into trying to maintain what I do in a day, things just fall off.
Yeah.
Because it's the gym's moving over till after the fight gym for today, but we're going to the gym.
Yeah.
We're going to do some pool workout.
Yeah. No.
Are you want to go to the fight gym?
No.
Okay.
No fight gym for me. Avoiding all injuries. I'm just trying to put all my time into healing for my workouts, man, lately.
Yeah.
But
well, I'll tell you what, the best I've looked ever was when I was going to the fight gym 5 days a week.
Yeah.
And I was working out too on top of it, but the fight gym itself will give you your bottom abs because it's something to do with the amount of calories it takes to just stay alive.
Yeah, no, you're burning a lot of calories. When you're
because you're moving the whole time too. You're moving heavy people. I still remember having to do a sweep on a 280-pound dude.
Yeah, think how tense your muscles are when you're grappling with somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, all the muscles in your body are tense probably to their, close to their max.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it's
my favorite submission I would say is the triangle choke, but it's one of the hardest. Well, it's not the hardest, but it's one of the more difficult ones to land when you take time off because you need to get used to the pain because jiu-jitsu is a lot of small pain. Just for example, when you lock your leg in, feeling the ball of your heel against your your glute or whatever it is. Yeah. You know what I mean? Feeling that and then feeling it dig in while you're trying to choke someone out.
Yeah.
That can get that can be a little rough. And then, people doing shin slices down your leg to where their shin goes down your leg. And, if you don't wear a cup, you can get kneed a lot in the balls.
Oh, yeah, dude. You got to have a cup.
I got kicked there. And, I finally got my Diamond MMA cup.
Yeah, you definitely want a cup. Because you got you got a dude between your legs a lot of the time in jiu-jitsu. It's just probably better for a cup than getting your junk smashed.
Well, yeah, because you could go weeks or months without getting hit in the balls, and then one day it just happens.
Yeah, well, you don't want your balls pinched either. I mean, just get a cup. That's my recommendation. If you're going to be rolling with other guys, get a cup.
Definitely. Well, and if you're going to be doing any kind of like Muay Thai where kicks are getting thrown, like you want something.
For sure. Well, it's about that time. We got to get out of here.
Yeah, well, we're right at 44 minutes and 57 seconds, so
that's cool.
We got right at 45 minutes. We're going to start trying to do an hour, but it doesn't always work out like that. We have to do what works for us. We're still going to do this, though, every Tuesday and Thursday. And if we can get weekends, we can, but, like, weekends aren't a guarantee for us.
Hopefully we'll upgrade. Hopefully we upgrade a little, and then
once I get a little more money, I think I might get rid of the couch, get a chair, maybe get 2 like chairs, and then get a table.
A table, yeah.
And then we could just move the chairs forward for when we're doing the podcast. Like we could have 2 chairs right next to each other.
Yeah.
And a table.
Yeah.
And then the back we could actually just put the background on.
Yeah, we could actually do that, no problem.
You know, just because I don't really use my couch to lay on or anything like that, so it's not that necessary.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely get a good setup going, man.
If I got rid of the piece you're sitting on right now, if I got rid of that piece and got another chair like this one, to where we had 2 like chairs with wheels on them, and then we could set that up in front of a table.
Yeah, we could do that.
Like
we
then it would just
got one.
Yeah, then it would give us.
Because like I said, we have the lights, we have the mics,
there's one out in that living room.
Not probably the greatest setup, but we got a decent setup to where we can have.
I mean, we're here.
Legit pod.
It doesn't matter if the setup's not perfect right now. We're gonna be here for thousands of episodes or until we die. So we're just gonna keep going.
Yeah, it'll definitely get better as we go. So shout out to everybody in the chat. Y'all have a blessed day.
I really appreciate you guys watching. This was the Trustin and Jeff Show, episode 13. Like and subscribe if you want more, and leave some comments about what you actually want us to go over in the next one. Because the more talking points you give us, the better